morning to you. Waking up to us. This is the Kokoliriko live on West Nile Television, and today is a Friday, the 22nd of March. Really, the days are running so fast. I don't know how much you are prepared. That is for the plans that you laid at the beginning of the year, and also as much as you are also pertaining, maybe executing the plans, because there is making the plans and then executing is really another different aspect. So regardless of all, you need to also ensure that you maybe also work towards the plans and the goals that you wanted to achieve at the beginning of the year, and already we are into the 22nd day, and that means that we are just left with about 8 days, and that is to summarize the month, and we shall be able to head that into another month. But now the question is, how are you entering the other month when you have not maybe achieved the plans that you want to achieve in this month here? That definitely also should be the question to you as the viewer out there. But nonetheless, you're most welcome. This is the Kokoliriko morning updates. This is where we're also going to be letting you know of what is happening in the world of current affairs. But now to begin the discussions, that is straight from Dokolo, and later on we are going to be joined by students from mubs Arua campus, and really they will also really be telling us what exactly they are going to be doing. And this is the Presidential Prime Minister Guild debate, where we are going to be discussing with them, and then how best they are going to be maybe taking the affairs of the university to the next level. And that is one reason also you as the viewer out there need to listen to them, because for the students you need to listen to them, because these are going to be your next leaders, and today may actually be the day you will be able to really also deciding on who exactly you want to vote. This is for one who has been there wondering, who should I really vote? Should I go into the other camp? Should I remain here, or should I switch to the other camp? This is definitely the time where you should be able to be ready to make up that decision now, to see to that really vote for these next leaders. But now to begin the discussions off from Dokolo. Yesterday the by-elections, that is for the Dokolo Member of Parliament, did go on, and this is to replace Honorable the late Cecilia Tat Ogwal, who actually died at the beginning of this year. And really so many people actually were saying maybe who exactly is going to replace her. This is something we did see also going on and really where now we actually got to know the candidate now who will be able to really also take the affairs of that area then to the next level. And this is a UPC candidate, surprisingly, but to me it's not surprising, because that area also is known for UPC, and this is where UPC actually originates from. And really you realize that in yesterday's polls, this is something I must also really let you know of, because so many people are anticipating maybe the daughter to the late could actually lead, and this is FDC lenient candidate, but I must confirm to you that she didn't actually go through. But the candidate who actually won the elections is Aloch Austin Ogwal Rosemary, who is affiliated, is the UPC candidate Aguti Sarah, who garnered, that is 23,044 votes, and really she was followed by the FDC candidate, that is FDC candidate Aloch Austin Ogwal Rosemary, the daughter to the late, who garnered, that is 8,168 votes. And this is something that really did go on, and really so many candidates were also arrested at night. But to put that discussion just to a halt, let's head into the discussion that is in relation to the mubs Arua campus, also to let us know maybe how they are also going to be maybe doing the affairs of the university there. On my right, I will not be able to maybe introduce them, but I'm going to give them the privilege to introduce themselves. I'll start with the guest on my right to tell you exactly who he is and what he intends to bring on board. That is to steer up the affairs of mubs into the next cabinet there, and they will also be telling us maybe what exactly they're going to be doing so that the students vote them. And later on in the show, I will also be joined by the EC of the university to also let us know how prepared he is to also ensure that these elections go on transparently without any tendencies of violence. Because if you move the university today, you will realize that so many posters have been put on several places, and this is for the various positions, maybe the Gerasis and also the Prime Minister, plus other positions I will not be able to mention today. But you realize that this is a justification that politics is doing its part, and that definitely also tells us who exactly is going to be on the show today. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aduyi Joel. One of the aspirants to be the next Prime Minister of Arua campus. Okay. All right. I also do the same as you can see on the screen. We are about to, and you can also tell us maybe who he is. You're most welcome. On my left.
Good morning, everyone. My name is called Apamaku in Chandia, who also aspired for the position of Guild Prime Minister of this great institution, mubs Arua campus.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will start with Chandia. What I bring on board, maybe first take us through your journey, because somebody may be out there not understanding who exactly Chandia is. Take us through your journey. Are you just beginning now, and what has maybe inspired you to join this race?
It's okay. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry for that. I am called Aduyi Joel.
Aduyi Joel, sorry.
That's my name. Thank you so much, my voters. Thanks for the support. It has been a long journey. Now it's going to come to an end. Tuesday will be the voting day for us. You come in large numbers, support your brother, support your great leader. Thank you so much. Actually, when I joined mubs, before I joined mubs, I really had this this feeling in me that mubs is a great school. Ever since from my primary school, I've been like having it in the back of my mind that that will be the university I'll be joining. If you look at mubs, Makerere at a larger space, Makerere University is currently rated as the a university, the whole of Africa, which is occupying the 7th position. But in the past, Makerere University usually was the best school. Those days when I was in primary, those days, you know, when someone talks about going to Makerere, we always fear such a passion. When someone talks about Makerere, like when we used to have students who used to also go to our school, visit us, advise us on a lot of things. So I picked up the interest for real from that time. mubs, being a great business school, I took the school.
This is a business school, but we are seeing you choosing a career in politics. What has inspired you into that? And where did the journey begin from?
This journey the journey began from way back from my primary school. I did a lot of things. I was a prefect. Way back in my primary level, I was the HP. I mean, those days they used to call it the head prefect from my primary school. I was once the head prefect. But
which school is that? Maybe we also need to understand.
Sorry, actually, I finished. I'm a village man, actually. I finished from Maracha. There's a school called Ojapi Primary School, Tara Sub-County. But then our sub-county has been divided into also like different other sub-counties. It was a whole large sub-county. Thank you so much. Then from there, with my journey, I moved to Arua Public. I joined Arua Public in 2013 in S1, and I finished Senior 4 there in 2017. I also had great roles I did there in Arua Public. I worked as a class coordinator, of which everyone appreciated my effort. Through the commitment and the trust they built in me, I believe in future I will be a great person in future. This journey I'm taking now is a way that will make me become a great person in future. So I can't just step down. I have to keep fighting. It's a race. It's a tight one. University, mubs University being a great university, and having such a race in the university will really expose us a lot. So I ask for your guys' support, people who are outside there. It's only not the students. This race is for us here, but one day I may step outside there also to be in one of the positions outside there. I will ask for your support.
That is where I think the dream is coming from. I also give the same chance. Maybe first take us through your journey also where this dream began from.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I started my primary school way back in Chireka Grammar Junior School, that is in Wakiso. Of course, I didn't have this leadership role. Then I joined Mbara Secondary School here. Of course, the same issue, where I finished my O-level, and I didn't have this leadership. Then I went to Koboko Town College, of which now I gained the leadership capability. Of course, I led as the head prefect. Though the journey was not an easy one, of course, it was competitive. So from there, we actually competed, whereby our voters voted for me, and so from there I finished my high school, that is Koboko Town College. Then I joined the mubs Arua campus, of course. I attained a diploma, so it was for 2 years. Then in the class, I led as the course leader, and also the GRC. So I felt these leadership roles that I played, they gave me so much in terms of skills that they're able to put me forward. So that's why I aspired for this position for the Guild Prime Minister of mubs Arua campus. Thank you so much.
I'll also be giving the same chance now to my guest here also to let us know maybe exactly. Let's first continue with you. What I bring on board in your manifesto, what is that big idea that you want to really also see to that you bring at mubs? What has never been there? What unique thing are you bringing on board? Maybe it could be in your manifesto. What changes do you want to make?
When you look at the education, particularly mubs Arua campus, it has always been the first in position in all the campuses, but now it's deteriorating. So these are the basic things that I want to tackle out. Why is the performance really running down? So this is why I want to bring mubs Arua campus as the best. Then the issue of sports, I also learned that in sports we are lagging behind. Of course, when you come to the ladies' side and also the male side, sometimes we have been known as the best sports
Let me first check.
And I really want to bring this forward. Another issue is mubs well-being that I want to also tackle and to look forward it. And another thing is the club affiliations that I want to bring on board. So those are the basic that I want to tackle. Thank you, sir. And another issue is, of course, for the education, there are a lot of things that I want to bring on board. So we find our lecturers, they are very good, yeah, but now you find the relations with the students is not that well. But now those are the issues that I want to tackle. At least the relationship with the students, it needs to be paramount, so as to increase the performance of mubs Arua campus. And also for the sports, I also want to bring mubs also as the first. Of course, both ladies and the gents, we find that the gents are always lifting the trophy, but on the ladies' side, they are not lifting, which is not good. So those are the basic areas that I want to tackle. Thank you so much.
Okay, maybe in terms of numbers also, I want to bring this to you. You realize that many students have not yet embraced mubs. How are you going to make sure that this thing changes and then we see the enrollment at mubs increasing?
Thank you so much. There's what we call visiting of schools. Of course, I'm going to advocate for visiting of schools, various schools, of course, to market mubs and sell out mubs.
Okay.
And educating them how good mubs is in terms of performance, and then the courses they have. Of course, they are very good courses that we have. For example, we have certificate courses, we also have diploma courses, and we have bachelor's courses, also the masters and onwards.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, maybe also I've given you enough chance. Let me also give to him. Maybe the same questions also. You realize that what is that new thing that you are intending to bring on board in your manifesto, and why students must vote you? Why do you think you're the ideal candidate to see today that you lead mubs in the next elections?
Thank you so much. I'm really excited, for real. In one of my points, okay, I want to ask you students, before you picked up the interest, politics as being the second idea that drove you. Maybe if I'm to talk about me, academics is the key. This politics thing is now the second. The reason as to why we students are there is to obtain academic excellence, right? Then academics alone, you can't obtain academic excellence alone. You need to have a lot of things that will make you excel in the university. There are so many issues that I'll be putting on a table to be addressed about our academic challenges in the university. There are so many complaints, like for example, when I joined, there were some students who were like all the time coming to school and complaining about their missing results, like the NCBA class. Basically, their exams, they are set by the UTEP. Many times they always come there, they have the challenges, and I'll look forward to address that challenge by liaising with the administration at least to solve the problem like that. So thank you so much. The next point I want to talk about is multiculturalism. If you look at mubs, mubs being a great school has made so many students to join us, up to the extent of having students from our neighboring countries. You look at South Sudan, we have so many, like even the entire university is dominated by the South Sudanese students. So actually we need to promote our rights in the university. I've seen this as a challenge in a way that many of our colleagues from the neighboring countries who are in our school, they are facing challenges. They are being limited with so many issues. For example, I can talk about these same students. If you look at sports, my colleague talked about sports. If you look at the sports team, our sports team, okay, if you look at the 11 players that are always on the pitch, you may find 7 of the players are Sudanese. And then we need to promote these people's talents. So the talent alone cannot be promoted by the students alone. Like, there has to be a driving force. You look at the driving force to develop these people's talent. Of course, I want to drive this point towards providing tuition waiver for the students, to also pick the courage to play for us so that we win the trophies in the sports. Then the next thing I want to talk about is in the guild office, there are ministers we allocate, like me. I am sure I'm going to be the next guild prime minister, and I'm really working hard for that.
That determination, I believe your same candidate also my left could be saying the same.
Yeah.
What makes you maybe have that feeling that you're going to be the next leader?
Actually, I've seen the great support. People have seen the commitment, the trust they have built in me. Of course, I didn't talk about actually one of my role I performed in the university. I wanted to talk about it, but then my time got done when you were interviewing me about my introduction thing. So I was once a class coordinator, but I had to resign because I picked up the interest to be the next prime minister. So of course you can't run the same things at the same time. So I joined mubs. My first semester, I was not the class coordinator. I had a class coordinator. She's called Sarah. She worked so well, and because of her duties, she got transferred to some different place to work. And of course, they appointed me as the class coordinator. From there, I picked up. I sat with my students. We're only few in class. I told my students, this number is a small number. We don't need to leave someone behind. We need to work together. As I speak to you now, you look at our class, we are 9 in class, just a few number, but you may find during the course of the week, 4 of the students will be the one to attend lectures. We have like 5 of our students who are working outside, who are working in different districts. I made sure I supply these my students with the necessary requirements, the necessary information, everything that are shared in class. I made sure they also get them. So through the commitment and the trust they built in me, actually I worked so hard. If you go to our recent last semester result, we don't have a retake. It was all through my efforts. It was not that easy journey, but I made sure I achieved it. We had to celebrate it as well. They have really put the trust in me, and I feel up to the larger extent, if I go with this level of commitment, I will make mubs a greater place for everyone to excel in.
Okay. I will also now come back to you. You realize that the gap between students and the lecturers is always very far-fetched. This is maybe in terms of maybe fears where students get retakes. It makes it very difficult for them to actually access the offices. And you, the guild candidates, definitely have the biggest role to play to see that you bridge the gap. How are you going to ensure that you harmonize the relationship that is being not well in most of the universities between the students and the guild, maybe also the university leadership?
Thank you so much. To build up this relationship, I'm going to work hand in hand with the school administration, at least to sit down with the lecturers and talk to them how they relate to the students and how they should address their students. Of course, sometimes most of them may come with bad moods, of course, from homes, and they tend to transfer to the students. And those are the areas that I want to tackle, at least to sit down with them and speak to them and bring all that into place. Thank you.
Okay. And exactly, what are you going to be doing to see that? Is it only going to through talking? What are you going to exactly advocate? How are you going to advocate for that? The rights of the students? Because students are definitely are stakeholders, and without the students, the university cannot run. How are you going to make the university understand that the students are very crucial and that maybe at the end of the day would attract more students? If you look at mubs, I want to give an example of maybe the Nakawa campus, the main campus. I don't know why people maybe did not expire there, but the electoral commission later on will be able to tell us maybe the criteria. Because at one time I want to see maybe a guild president from that side coming from Arua. Is that, I don't know, he will be able to tell us maybe the possibility of that happening, and later on he will be able to join us in the show. But now, how are you going to maybe ensure that you bridge that gap there that has always been there, maybe between the students and the lecturers, maybe where a student gets a tech and feels the tech is not genuine and feels he wants to alter the text, because you realize in some of the universities today, you have mostly the girl child issues of being taken advantage of. I will also be giving that chance to you. How are you going to ensure that, since both of you are males, how are you going to ensure that you protect the girl child who is most vulnerable and who are actually the majority of your voters? Both of you, I believe, you get most votes from the ladies. It's mostly the ladies that vote. How are you going to ensure that you bridge that gap between the students and the lecturers, apart from just talking to advocate for the rights of the students? I will also be extending the same question to you, but I will start the response from you.
Thank you so much. Of course, to bridge that gap, most times there are this student leadership, let's say the guild prime minister from main campus. Normally they are being invited to listen to our issues and to address them well. So I'm going to share it with them, most of the problems that the students have, especially missing papers, also the retakes, and so many others, of which I'm going to address to them and advocate that at least all those issues be solved. Of course, they do pay visits in the school here, and I'm going to advocate for all those issues so that they be addressed in time. Thank you.
Okay, that is his response. I don't know what exactly you can say about this issue of bridging the gap between the students and the lecturers. How are you going to do it? How are you going to solve that and harmonize this issue once and forever? Maybe this could be your time to harmonize what has been there. How are you going to do that?
Let me be clear with you. It's all about commitment. Okay. It's a way of, also lowering yourself up to the level of the students, putting yourself into their shoe. If someone comes to you complaining that he or she is facing a challenge, the first question is you have to put yourself in that person's shoe. If you were the person, you just imagine how the person is also feeling. So if you put yourself in that person's shoe, you can't relax on the issue. You'll have to go directly. Because, being a good prime minister in a university, this position is a great one. This same person is the one who links the students' interests, their complaints. They always gather all these complaints and take them to the administration to be addressed. So many times in the guild office, some of these positions, the leaders we have in the office, they tend to ignore these issues. I don't know, maybe because of their personal interests, but I will work hand in hand with the administration at least to reduce such things from happening in the university. It's killing our public image. It's not happening. So I will have a meeting regularly with the administration whenever we come across certain issues to be addressed. You don't need to you don't need to keep quiet when there's an issue. Of course, we go there, we pay for everything, so we don't need to face many challenges when we're in the campus. So here I will look forward everything, the issues that are really facing our students in the university. I will work hard for them. I will work hand in hand with the administration to solve those issues so that we bridge the gap with the students, because those complaints, they will really affect our university. We need to work hand in hand with them to solve those issues. You realize that the girl child at the university goes through a lot of challenges today. This is not only happening in mubs, it happens in all the universities elsewhere. This is a reality. It is not a rumor. It is a reality. We know it. Girl child is most vulnerable to people taking advantage of them, mostly the men who are out there, the boys who are really there, because some of the girls really lack a lot of the things that they cannot afford, and that is why when they head into universities, they are taken advantage of. You realize the girls conceiving, you realize the girls are aborting, not necessarily they wanted, but they find themselves into that. Maybe in your reign, if elected, how are you going to ensure that you bridge this gap and then also address some of these gaps as the guild president, to see that you talk to the girls maybe and tell them that, right, much as you need some of the things, this is not the way to go. I believe this is happening at mubs. It may not be, you may not be seeing it, but in most of the universities this is happening. Even in most of the universities I've been to, at least I was able to see this thing going on. And how are you going to ensure that you address this?
Thank you so much. In order to address this, of course, I'll move to the classes, or if possible, I invite all the girls and I speak to them personally, and we'd address all the issues that are facing them actually one-on-one, so that all these issues don't happen. And of course, when I move to these classes, they're able to address all their issues pertaining the education level and also their social life and many more. Thank you so much.
Okay. What exactly are you also going to be doing maybe to avert this challenge here in your own terrain if elected as the next Guild Prime Minister of mubs Arua campus?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is a bigger problem that is facing many of our ladies across the country. Of course, we can't just sleep on it like that. If you look at our university, as per now, we don't have a councillor. Some of these cases are supposed to be handled by the councillor.
Surely.
We need someone who could sit down with the people, address them on their issues, and counsel them out, and give them the ideas. Someone who is there to motivate the ladies. It's all about motivation. If we, all the time, we just wake up, we go to school, there's no one for us to talk to. Like the lecturers, they just come in, they only just handle their case, of course lecturing, and they don't usually even guide us on some of our personal issues. I feel these challenges these ladies are facing nowadays is because we don't have counsellors in the universities. So I would love to work hand in hand with the administration at least to bring for us a counsellor to counsel. Even we men, we also face the challenges. It's not all about the girl child. We also have about
girl child is most vulnerable.
That is it. But it's all going to address through having a counsellor at school. Thank you.
Okay, that is how you're going to be addressing that. And really, dear viewer, that brings us to our first, that is the first break of the show. And really, we are going to be running for a short commercial break. I still do have students, that is from Makerere University Business School, Arua campus. And these are the next aspirants for the next Guild Prime race. And really, I do understand that for them in Arua campus, it's not about the Guild President, just like other universities. For them, it is the Guild Prime Minister who will be able to steer up the affairs of this university here in the next elections. And really, they are elaborately telling us how best they intend to also change the affairs of the university and ensure that they make this university progress to the next level. Because surely these Guild Prime Ministers or these Guild candidates whom we are going to elect will have a crucial role to play to see to that the university's affairs are known. That is in the eyes of the public, and that is how best they're also going to be able to share the university. And for the viewers, maybe from there who will be able to vote, I don't know what the process they are going to be using. The EC later on will be telling us who exactly qualifies to take part in these elections, and definitely that is something we want to know later on in the hour of the show. And feel free, the viewer, really also drop your comments there and what you think these candidates need to do to see that they make the university visible. And most of our universities have actually not felt that visibility, but now we want to see most of all these universities in Arua also that is standing top. So I think that would also really make us all proud. It would make us feel that yes, we have schools, and at one time we want to see students coming from the other parts of the region to also come and study in Arua. That would also really be very, very good, because when it comes to university, most of us still think university is out in the central region, and yet we have these universities here, these campuses are here, and they're providing the same services. So I think it is high time they will also be telling us what exactly they need to do. And for mubs case, I will also be engaging them, because the image that has been attributed to mubs by most of the people out there is that one, that this is a university that is for freestyle, and this is where anything can happen, where anybody is free to do anything. And they will also be telling us maybe more about that in the next hour. But for now, let's first have this commercial break, and when we return back, we shall be able to continue with the discussion from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. AFCON, all 52 games live only on StarTimes. StarTimes brings you Africa's biggest football tournament, AFCON 2023, live in English and Luganda commentary. Starting January 13, don't miss Mo Salah, Sadio Mane or Nana. Lead the hunt for gold as they take center stage. Renew your StarTimes subscription today and enjoy all 52 matches in HD live on Sports Premium and Sanyuka Prime. StarTimes, the official broadcaster of AFCON 2023. This message is powered by Techno, the official sponsor of AFCON 2023. Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Alright, welcome back from that short commercial break. I hope you are having a wonderful time. I'm still with the students. These are the next prime ministers of the university. I don't know who exactly will go through, but that entirely will be decided by the students of that mubs Arua campus to see that they get the next guild leadership to stay up the affairs of the university. And earlier on, we are discussing on how exactly they intend to maybe change the image of the university in Western Sub-region. And you realize that most of these people really have negative perception about the university. And that is why most of the parents could not be maybe embracing the university, but it's high time now. We want to see this university also becoming very, very much vibrant there, because this university has been into existence for quite some time now. You realize that it is actually more than maybe 10 years, but most of the people have not actually embraced this university. And what exactly are they going to be doing to also see to that they change that image? And also we did talk about the girl child protection. This is where we are seeing also most of our girls being taken advantage of when they reach universities, and that is one reason also some of the parents could be very, very much hesitant to take their girls up the university level, and now we may also really be talking about that. And then another challenge is, today we realize that most of our parents in Western Sub-region do not embrace maybe taking their children up to university level. They think the children have to branch at senior 4 to also embrace the tertiary institutions, and yet the university could actually be the platform maybe where exactly they could be going to till the next level, and that is also something that they will also be telling us. Maybe let me start with Aduyi also to tell me what exactly he is going to be doing to see to that he changes this narrative that has always been there in the minds of the public now, so that maybe parents from Western Sub-region can start embracing this university, and at large maybe also this university could also really see itself growing maybe in his own reign, and that is also one thing that maybe he would also be telling us. And I'll also be extending the same to him to really see what strategies they have, that is to make this university become very, very vibrant and make it also be felt, that is by the poor of Western Sub-region, because you realize mostly today most of our universities are not being maybe impressed, and this could be a reason as to why we are seeing many parents not taking their children up to university level. And then maybe also this could be another reason as to why we are still seeing parents maybe ferrying their children away from Western Sub-region to go and study in other parts of the country, and they will also really be telling us that. But really, without wasting any time, if I can be able to also bring on, that is Aduyi Joel, the aspirant, or really also to tell us maybe later on, and Apamaku Godwin will also really add on and to see that he becomes maybe the next guild leader, and that is also something we want to see. And who exactly will be voted is entirely in the hands of the students of mubs, that's Arua campus. And I do also expect that the electoral commissioner, that is for these elections, also later on in the hour of the show, to also let us know what exactly is going to make one qualify for this election. Maybe what criteria they used to select the two. I believe so many would have actually aspired, and really maybe others could not really go through the nomination process, and now we are seeing the two who are now battling. And who exactly will be able to be voted, I don't know. And I also leave it entirely to the hands of the mob students, and they can also share with us maybe who they think and who they want to really lead their affairs in the various comment sections there. For those of you watching us via Facebook, drop the comment there. And also those watching us via YouTube, you can also really drop your comments there, and I will be vividly sharing it with the rest of the viewers. And not forgetting those maybe who call themselves the corporates who are accessing us via X. You can also really drop your comment there, and I will be able to also really check it very, very much well there to share with the rest of the viewers and the candidates actually will also be knowing what exactly is in your mind. So I think you can also drop your comments there, and that would also really be quite good. And now to begin with you.
Thank you.
How are you going to maybe sell the university and changing that narrative that has always been there, that mubs is not a good university, it is a bad university, we see people getting spoiled there, what? You know, people say it, because for those who moved in Kampala, you will realize that if you moved to other universities, people would say bad things about mubs. And they think mubs is just a university that is really a freestyle university, but really that could not be the reality. How are you going to maybe make sure that this narrative changes?
Okay, thank you so much, presenter. I want to start by thanking our lecturers. These lecturers are the greatest lecturers I've seen around. To me, I've rated the lecturers to be the best lecturers in the whole of this region. We have great lecturers around. So I want to assure you people outside there, we have this real great school called mubs Arua around. I know some of you may not know about mubs Arua, but let me assure you, the basic challenge I'm sure people are facing around is the tuition problem. But if you look at our tuition structure is really pocket friendly. We even pay less money compared to some of these private schools, even nurseries. You find some of these nursery schools, they're paying even past 2 million. But our tuition is pocket friendly. It's at a lower rate to help all of us. I want to sell mubs outside there. I want you people to come around and support your university. This is a university. We have the main campus. The reason as to why they brought it here in Arua is to support us. We don't need to move this far distance from here to Kampala looking for the Nakawa University when we have the same facilities, the same lecturers who are using the same syllabus, the same course structure. Everything is the same. If you study in mubs Arua, it's the same way also you being in mubs Nakawa. I want to thank our current guild Prime Minister. He's a great guy. He did a lot of things. Of course, I have to appreciate him. Last year, we made a lot of approaches to sell mubs name out. Once, because I was a class coordinator, I had to work hand in hand with him as well. We did marketing campaigns, whereby we went to the streets, even cleaning the streets. We have to make sure our own city is clean. And in a way of doing that, we're selling ourselves out. There are people who will be passing by the roadside, they'll be like, we shall be here. Okay, we have been wearing our uniforms, and we have a great t-shirt, a nice one, where everyone even admires. I'll look forward. If you guys give me the support, I'm not going to only end there. I'm going to be working hand in hand with the administration, at least to market us out in a way of supporting the community as well. The next thing I will do is social media presence. We'll have to make sure mubs name is outside everywhere. Like you see, the world currently is dominated by the internet itself. We need to create mubs name. Like we need to build in that confidence in us that mubs is a great school by selling mubs name out. We advertise our names out. Of course, you may find some of our students who are here, they are crossing to the main campus, leaving us here. Yes, we have great facilities around. We need you students support to come and join us. We have really great leaders. But trust me, if you come to mubs Arua campus, I've really seen it. It's the best school around here. Okay. I've really seen it. It's a best school. I would have to thank all our lecturers around. You people are really doing a great job, but then we need to do more. Okay. Thank you.
I will also be giving the same chance maybe to Chandia now also to respond to what exactly is going to be doing to make mubs shine brighter and also change that narrative that has always been painted and which could also maybe making our parents not trust the university and also take the children to other universities away from Arua. What are you going to do to ensure that you bring, maybe address that challenge?
Thank you so much. First of all, if you look at mubs, it is actually a brand of Makerere University at large, and therefore it has always been there in existence for so many years. That is over 100 years, and I'm going to look forward like to build a strong leadership. Of course, we are going to reach out to schools and educating them about the courses that we have at Makerere University Business School, and also the quality lecturers that we have. Of course, most of them are having this positions, let's say some of them are doctors. Of course, they pass on this beautiful information to us, and they reach out to us, and they address us on so many things. So therefore, I'm going to build up a strong leadership that is going to be like consultative, that will move out to school. And then I also build up a corporate social responsibility, of course reaching out to hospitals and to visit the needy, at least to see how best we can sell out to mobs abroad. Thank you so much.
Okay, that is it from him, and that is how he intends to sell the university. And then maybe if I can briefly maybe go through some of your comments here. I do have Oyergu Anthony says, good morning, West Nile's watching live from Mukono. Personally, I'm a political analyzer. You remember me yesterday predicted Sarah Aguti and me seeing the man in white coat taking the lead. Really, thanks for the spirits of possible. You should be bringing even secondary aspirants. That is his own view, and we look forward to that. And yes, surely he actually did predict yesterday that the UPC candidate will be declared winner. And I really also want to confirm that this is the reality, and that is how best maybe the elections have gone. And then you can also predict how and who exactly you think out of the two will be able to really go through in these elections that is that is supposed to be coming in the near future. That will also really be very, very good. And just like him, you two out there who is watching us right now can also drop your comment and share with us on who exactly you think will be able to really win these elections here. And that is one thing that we want to see as maybe these elections going smoothly there. And how exactly are people prepared? That is also another question now to you. How best are you prepared to lead mobs? Because at the end of the day, being voted, you may be voted, but you find it very difficult. I don't know if you have already stood on your ground saying that I'm ready, I've stood on my farm, I've stood on my legs, and I feel I'm the next candidate. What exactly and what makes you feel that you're that next leader? And if given chance, you can really take the man to the next level from where we are taking over from your predecessors. And I believe they have done a wonderful job, and they must have done their part. And really, it is now you where we would not expect maybe things to move on backwardly or things stagnate, but rather things have to move on forward. I will start with you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My listeners, thank you so much. My voters, thank you so much for the support. It has been a whole journey. As at the beginning, I mentioned it. There was this issue we talked about, girl child. I feel I should elaborate more about it. As per now, we have ladies who are listening to us. Girl child education has been lacking in many of the schools, even in the institutions. In the primary schools, they don't educate these ladies enough. We shall take the initiative to go to these primary schools, even in the villages. We will have to go and visit these schools and talk more about our own university. Who is there? I mean, the university which is there promoting the girl child. We're going to form groups. We shall be forming groups about girl child to educate the ladies. We shall, in the group whereby, in the groups there, we shall add all the ladies to share their opinions, their challenges, so that these challenges, when they reach me, I will have to forward them to the administration to be worked on. Thank you so much.
That is it. And then apart from that, what else are you going to be doing?
There are so many things.
Okay.
As I talk now.
What other new projects maybe do you think have never been at mobs and you want to bring on board?
There are so many things which are, okay, if you look at our NCBA class, they have been facing a lot of challenges. If you look at our way of learning, we are doing a manual kind of thing, basically with the NCBAs. You find some of these NCBA students, they're also working. They have so many places, of which many of them are not able to come to the university and attend lectures. We will have to take it forward to them, like to us, with the administration. We'll have to find a way. Wherever the person will be learning, the person will be working, we'll have to create a link. In a class like this, we create a link whereby students are in class and the people who are outside there, the same students who are supposed to be in class and they are unable to come, will also be able to attend the lecture with us. This is one thing I want to implement I want to put in table for us to
there's a question here, Chandia, I'll start with you, as this is from Nikia saying, advocating for girl child really is making the boy child vulnerable. And this is where he's basing his argument that if you look at the boy child, today you realize that most of the boys who are mad, these are the boys. You don't really see very many girls running mad. And that could be as a result of maybe more efforts put on the girl child, neglecting the boy child. You realize most of the boy child is now being engaged into drug abuse because they feel they have been left out. and realize that where life becomes difficult, this is where we're seeing most of these boys getting into these drugs. And I believe you could be having some of the students there. How are you going to maybe also ensure that you protect them and also advocate for their rights, so that they are not engaging into drugs, but trying to productive activities that could also keep them busy? I'll start with you, and then he will also be responding. That is a comment, that is a concern from Mikia. Mikia, thank you so much for that concern. We have seen it, and really I believe they also have answers to that concern there as well.
Thank you so much. Of course, you can say the boys are being neglected, which is not okay. I'm going to work hand in hand, at least we move around to these high schools, educating them how important the university is. Particularly, we have a lot of things there in the university. When you look at the sports, they have slots actually for the tuition waiver actually, and but they are not enough. So I'm going to work very hard so that these slots are being at least increased, so that it brings in more of the boys in the school. Thank you.
Okay, I also want maybe Aduyi to respond on the same issue of neglecting boy child, leaving it really entirely to suffer by themselves, and putting more emphasis on the girl child. Whereas most of the government programs, they target the ladies, they do not target the boy child. And that is why we are seeing most of our boys in the trading centers. If you move the trading centers, you realize it is the boys who are usually there, because they have nothing to do, because they have not been very, very much engaged. And if you move in the schools, you realize that most of these boys who are engaged into these bad activities that happen at the university, these are boys who feel that they have been neglected. And this is maybe from parents, maybe from the schools themselves, maybe from society. How, maybe in your own opinion, are you going to be addressing this challenge here that has always been there? And this is from Mickey, who is one of the people viewing you, that is from the university. What are you going to do to ensure that you address this challenge, maybe in your own reign?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for the question. It's a really great question. About this issue, this is not just a small issue. If you look at our city as per now, there are so many reckless things that are really happening. We have recently thieves grabbing people's bags. These are the same people. These are the same students we are supposed to have in mubs. And now that they're just doing these other things, the criminal acts outside there. Of course, the first thing we'll have to do is talk to these parents. It's the parents, basically, who are making these guys, the boys on the street to do the criminal acts. We'll have to go and visit these communities, the community members. I hope we have these small saving groups, of which are these members of the society. They gather and do their savings. We will have to visit these people and sensitize them, talk about the importance of education, so that they also go home there. They also translate what the same thing we have been talking about to their kids out there in their homes, so that these kids get to learn. If my parents comes home with these such ideas, I would have to sit down and think about my future as well. It's all about talking to the parents, and the same parents transferring our information we have shared with them to the kids. Of course, we cannot visit all these boys on the street to, we can't just hunt them one by one. It's all about getting their parents together, and we sensitize them, we talk to them about the importance of education. Okay,
that is how you think they will be able to maybe address that challenge there. Thank you so much for also that view there. And now we are still moving on, and really to see that maybe Chandia, if voted into the next guild as the next guild prime minister of Arua campus, I do understand that there is a connection that you have to work with the main campus. How are you going to maybe bridge the gap that is there between the main campus and the Arua campus to see that you work harmoniously? Because at the end of the day, we want to see students working together. We want to see mubs Arua campus. Maybe we want to see students from Nakawa visiting that is Arua campus. We want to see you moving from here to Nakawa and maybe learn and exchange ideas, which would also really boost and maybe promote the university to the next level. How are you going to maybe ensure that you make this a reality?
Thank you so much. This is actually a great point. When you look at mubs Arua campus and the leadership role, let's say the guild prime minister, they have to do much work. When it comes to connections, let's say linking up the main campus and the Arua campus. Of course, we're going to work hand in hand with them and at least sort out these issues. Of course, paying regular visits so that they listen to most of our queries so that they are being tackled. And also to address the issue of sports, then the education, and so many more. Thank you so much.
Do you have maybe students who participate, you're talking about sports, I see it very, very much being reflected on your manifesto there. Maybe do you have students whom you think, do you have them maybe who are studying at Arua campus here but are playing with the main team? Because mubs are main campus has on team, we have seen them participating very well and really performing also. Do you have students maybe who are in Arua here but maybe also playing for the main campus? And how have they been working?
Okay, thank you so much. When you look at mubs Arua campus, of course those things are not happening. You find the mubs main campus normally gets their own students from their branches, the main campus of course, that normally participate in this sport. So our mubs Arua campus here, we find the students themselves within Arua.
Don't you think this could be limiting those who have the talent and then putting them off maybe in terms of also playing for the university? Wouldn't that be affecting maybe the sports sector of the university also?
Well, yeah, it truly...
Because there's one student who may be very talented but is studying Arua, chooses to study within Arua campus, and yet this student, if given a chance maybe to play for the main campus, would actually maybe raise the flag of the university very high. Don't you think that is maybe costing the sports sector of the university?
Of course, yeah. When you look at the sports area, basically, I remember back in the days, we actually advocated or we demanded that at least we organize this inter-campus competitions. Of course, we demanded for it and it didn't happen, but when given me this opportunity, I'm going to work hard, very hard that this competitions are being organized. At least when we go to main campus, we face them so that these students are being identified so that they represent the school that is mubs main campus. Thank you so much.
Okay. I will also be giving the same chance maybe to Aduyi. You have all had sports in your manifesto. At least I've heard both of you talking about sports, meaning that you want to also really make the university shine brighter in terms of sports. And we have seen mubs actually engaging several times that in sports. Recently, we did see them actually participating in the corporate league that did end really recently here, and that must also be an indication that this university treasures sports. And really, if you realize that maybe we could be having that one talented sports boy there who is with mubs Arua, but he's not participating maybe for the mubs team, that is maybe the national team, maybe the mubs international team, because mubs team is actually bigger. We have seen their ladies team doing very well, we have seen them representing the country, and all that is an indication that if at all, maybe if we have our students here, to me, if they're not being engaged, that would be very, very unfair. Do we have maybe these students whom you know are talented here, because you must be knowing them through maybe the various sports activities, but are not participating for the national, maybe for the main team? How are you ensuring that you maybe bridge that gap that is there, that has always been there and needs to be filled?
Thank you so much. About sports, I've always been saying these other issues, there are issues to be addressed, but the basic thing is about education. But of course, I will have to talk more about it.
But you say work without play makes Jack a dull boy. What about a student there who is talented but feels he's not being maybe catered for to play for the main team?
We have tuition waivers. We have tuition waivers. Unfortunately, we give them for only 5 players. And of course, of which I talked about the tuition waivers being given to the only 5 players, whereby we have 11 players in the pitch playing.
What are you planning to do to see that we make that thing change? Maybe from giving it to 5 or maybe to the whole team?
It's an issue that has been talked about several times by the players. Of course, such an issue can really demoralize players. You find your 11 in the pitch, and 5 of the players, they are being helped by the university. And where are those other players who are also in the pitch? We'll have to increase the slots for the students in the sports team to also have this tuition waiver for themselves.
Okay. Maybe, have you maybe tried to engage the university on this? Because are they aware that this is your manifesto to see that you raise the number of slots that is for the sports students? And then there's something I did ask you earlier on. We have the students here whom we know may be talented, maybe right from the secondary or primary level. We know them as sportsmen, as sportswomen, but they're not playing for the main team, because I do understand the university has only one main team that represents maybe during the university leagues or maybe during the other leagues. How are you ensuring that you bridge that gap? Also let maybe the main campus know that there's that student that is here and is talented and needs to play for the national team, maybe for the main team. How have you been doing that? Because we have not been seeing the names of students who have been playing for the mubs team right from Arua, and maybe who have been studying with the Arua campus, and yet this could be actually a platform for them to also really express their talent out.
Thank you so much. We have great players around who are currently in our university. Of course, we also look forward to promote our own sports team. We can't have a talented player and we give it out to the main campus team. We need to also to promote our own team.
Okay.
We need to promote the sports activities.
Okay.
By not just like giving out our talented players to the main campus.
Okay.
We love to support them so that they lift our name, moves the Arua campus up there.
Okay.
We're not looking forward to promote our talent alone in the campus. Also, we have clubs around.
Okay.
This is the Onduparaka. We have so many of these clubs who are around. We need to develop this talent so that our own sports teams, like our own clubs
within the region,
are also like they're helped with one of these talents we're having in mubs.
Okay.
So that the sports itself in Arua, it's also lifted up there.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Maybe as we are just remaining with some few minutes to also give chance for the next guest to come in, that is the EC chairperson. Like your final words in just maybe 1 minute, maybe your message to the voters, to the university, to everybody out there, maybe your family members. What message do you have for them? And then I'll also be giving chance for you in 1 minute each.
Thank you so much. I want to ask a question to my colleague.
Okay.
And of course, I've seen the support. People have seen the confidence in me, the great commitment.
Okay.
Of course, I see myself passing.
Okay.
They believe in me a lot.
Okay.
I want to ask my colleague, this is a race. It's a tight one indeed.
Okay.
Which can easily even bring fight amongst each other.
But I don't expect to see people fight. I don't want witness fights between the two of you.
Of course, we don't have any fights.
Okay.
So I'm just like advising.
And then likewise, also want you to protect the voters.
That is it. We're working hand in hand. Even me, I do communicate with him.
Okay.
He's not my enemy. We're great friends. Ever since we joined, we have been there for each other. And this is just a race for a short time.
Okay.
Of course, it's going to end very soon, and life will be normal.
Okay. What message do you have maybe for the voters of the two camps, both yours and his also?
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the support. We have the open campaigns at 2 p.m. till late. You guys, you're welcome to come and cheer at us. We have so many surprising things we are going to do on stage. Come and support me. You listen from me. You listen from the great leader you are there yearning to choose. Of course, you can't choose the great leader without the person presenting himself well there to the students. Okay. You have to send the leader who is able to present himself and express himself and solve the issues that are really facing our community. Okay. Thank you so much. I ask for your support. Together we are strong. That is my
I will also be giving the same platform to you to also have your final say in 1 minute. What message do you have for the voters? Maybe for yours and also those that are affiliated to him, because we don't want to witness fights at the end of the results. Because you realize in these guild elections, over the years we have seen students being killed. Even it happened at Makerere University just recently, and I don't want to witness maybe the same happening with the Arua campus. What message do you have for the voters?
Thank you so much. Of course, we have open air campaigns that will happen live today at 2:30 p.m. that will run up to 4. So there are a lot of things that I prepared actually to come and talk to you, my voters. Please attend in person and listen, then you decide wisely. And of course, when it comes to this race, there are a lot of things that have been happening here and there, but of course, we try to talk to the students or the voters so that we don't actually fight each other. My opponent here is a good friend of mine. We actually meet every day, and we also speak how things are going, and then he tells me they're all well, and so much. Those are some of the things. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through. I want to appreciate you for coming through and also talk to the viewers and also the voters. I believe now they also understand maybe who exactly will be able to lead the affairs of the university there. And really, I want to now pass on the mantle to you, the viewer, to decide wisely. You have heard from both of them, and who exactly will be declared the winner will come from you, the students of mubs Arua campus. And in a similar way, I want to appreciate each and everybody that watched us right from the time we began. It could not be maybe from Arua alone. Maybe it could not be a student. I do have people who watch us maybe overseas in Kampala, those watching us abroad. We very, very much appreciate you. We don't take it lightly. And really with that, we come to a close of this discussion. And that doesn't mean that we are stopping with the show here, but later on for the few minutes, we're also going to be introducing the EC to tell us maybe the guidelines that they've issued in place to see to that there are no anomalies that could arise in the end of the process here. And so that we have a smooth election that will be maybe transparent, and where we would not expect these two students also to run and appeal. We want to see an election that is very, very fair. Maybe that could also really make them satisfied. At the end of the day, we also want to see them working together, because these are two students, and I believe if one is declared winner, we'll still have a platform for that to also really work with them to see that they take take the affairs of this university to the next level. And really with that, we come to a closer of this discussion with the Guild President, but we are still continuing with the discussion that is still in relation to the elections, and we are going to be joined by the EC shortly from now. But for now, let's first have this short commercial break. Thank you.
Thank you.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. AFCON, all 52 games live only on Star Times. Star Times brings you Africa's biggest football tournament, AFCON 2023 live in English and Luganda commentary. Starting January 13th, don't miss Mo Salah, Sadio Mane or Nana. Lead the hunt for gold as they take center stage. Renew your Star Times subscription today and enjoy all 52 matches in HD live on Sports Premium and Sanyuka Prime. Star Times, the official broadcaster of AFCON 2023. This message is powered by Techno, the official sponsor of AFCON 2023. West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Alright, welcome back from that short commercial break. This is still the Kokoliriko live show on West Nile Television, channel 0073 on Zuku and online from wherever you're watching us from. It's a great pleasure having you this morning. And I do have students that is from Guild, that they're aspiring as Guild Prime Minister for Arua campus. I did have them in the first hour of the show. And now we do have the Biabakama of that university there to see to that also we bring the EC chairperson to see to that also we talk about these elections. And really without the EC, these elections will not be able to go on because one condition for any election to take place is chance that they need to have maybe somebody who's going to oversee the elections, and that is why it is very, very much important to also really bring him on board. To also tell us maybe what criteria he used for identifying these candidates, maybe not nominating them to also really take the affairs of this university, and maybe what conditions and what qualifies the voters. And I'm joined by Onjima Norman. He is the EC chairperson, that is Electoral Commission chairperson, that is for mubs Arua campus. Also, he is going to be the one presiding over these elections. I do understand that he has a very, very much knowledge also, maybe what exactly is going to be transpiring during the due course of the elections. And you're most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. By name I'm called Onjima Norman,
okay,
the vice chairperson.
You're the vice chairperson. Okay, yes. Where is the real chairperson?
The chairperson is taken up by some duties,
okay,
and he has delegated that one for me.
All right, all right. Maybe what criteria and how prepared are you for these elections, and maybe what criteria do you use for selecting these two candidates who can brilliantly also elaborate their ideas to see that they also sell their ideas, also so that the students can also vote for them come Tuesday?
Yeah, as EC, we came up with the roadmap, where in the roadmap we, from 23rd of February to 4th of March, we had to issue them the nomination forms where a candidate comes to pick the nomination form. And then after picking the form, the candidate is given the candidate is given the form, and in the form the candidate is supposed to get, for example, the Prime Minister is supposed to have a maximum of 50 seconders.
Okay.
And then the requirements.
Okay, let's maybe also tell us what criteria have you been using for these elections here, because we do understand that these elections are definitely going to be attracting interest, and these students are already showing interest in various positions to see that they also win the elections. And then maybe what criteria did you use for selecting and identifying these two and saying that these are the ideal ones to see that they take the affairs of the university to the next level, and really these are the candidates you're surprised and appreciated over, and you know definitely they are the ones. And then also show that, because we realize that many people could have submitted that application maybe to show interest in these guild productions, and how many maybe did you receive, and then how many did you also let go of, and why did you also let go of the rest whom did not maybe also allowed to go on these elections here?
Well, it is stated clear in the constitution of mubs that the guild prime minister is supposed to come from bachelor's year two, something of that kind, and then thereafter we had to verify their papers. Once you want to be the prime minister, you are supposed to not have a retake, and you are not supposed to have a criminal record, something of that kind.
You realize in the guild elections, that is for the main campus, that's mubs Nakawa, one of the candidates who was very, very much vibrant and really was seen becoming very, very much popular, was ejected out of the race. Did we also have similar scenarios, maybe some of the candidates were pulled down maybe because of retakes in Arua?
Yes, we actually, for our case in Arua campus, we have one student who was removed out from one of those positions because he has a retake.
But then you realize this retake here, maybe the person has set the retake. How are you ensuring that these retake issues are really addressed? Because the student feels he's not appreciated, and really he said he had sat for the retake and passed it now. Because really, what criteria is there to see that nobody gets retake? Or is it that with the retakes you cannot sit, or else once you sit for paper, that also guarantees you to pass? Or once you just get a retake, that is the point, that is the end?
Once you get a retake, that is done. You don't qualify
even if you sit for the
positions, even if you sit.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is one of the conditions whereby the aspirant must not be on academic probation. Yeah.
Okay, and then maybe what preparation measures have you put in place to see to that these elections will go on smoothly without any challenges of violence, without any challenges of maybe of fights within the students? And how is the exercise going to be conducted? Are we going to be witnessing secret ballot, or the exercise is going to be online?
Well, we are going to have it in secret ballot, and we have been giving civic education to the voters to ensure that the voting process goes smoothly. And there's one thing called an authorized mark of choice, where in the criteria of voting we are supposed to give a tick for a student or a term.
Okay.
So whereby if you come up with those other things of you draw a picture of a lion, it becomes an authorized mark of choice.
Okay, we don't expect that in these elections.
That.
Okay. Maybe what message do you have for the vote know about these elections can also have that knowledge of maybe taking part in these elections?
Well, in the elections, the votes will be given by the registered students. Once you are a registered student and a continuing student of mubs, you qualify. Whether you have a retake or not, you vote. But those who are not allowed to vote is those who have completed, but they are now waiting for their graduation.
So they do not qualify.
Those ones are not qualified because they might come and vote for someone. Thereafter they go away and it will affect the continuing students.
Okay, that is quite a good one. And then maybe how is the university also ensuring that this exercise moves on smoothly? Have you tried to engage the university maybe in terms of what you want, and have they actually given that to you? Maybe in terms of the environment?
Yeah,
because we're just remaining with very few minutes to summarize the show. Maybe if you can tell us how the exercise is going to be, maybe how the university has supported you during this course, because I know it is quite hectic as the EC. Really, you must be going through a lot at this time to see to that this exercise goes on smoothly.
Well, as I talked about the roadmap, where in the roadmap we had to we had to give the forms for the aspirants. Thereafter, on 11th this March, we also nominated them. So those are the verified candidates. I just want to thank the 2 aspirants because out of many they picked that interest and they are going well in the race, and we have been advising them because once someone has aspired with you for a post, it doesn't mean that the person is your enemy. You get it?
Yes.
So the person is not your enemy. We have been advising them whenever we have some grudges between the voters down there or during the campaign. We normally call them to make sure that the campaigns goes well. And I also want to thank the administration that EC. This is an independent body, and there's also a fund given to EC to actually handle some of those things independently.
Okay. So that means that for you, an independent body that is not working with any of the students, so we should expect transparency. What should we expect in these elections? Maybe issues of vote rigging or maybe malpractice. Are we expecting them?
We are not expecting that because we have prepared for evidences, because sometimes it happened some years back where the campaigns end in court. So this time around we are not expecting that because we have provided evidences to the aspirants, like the voters registrar we have given to them, so that when the time comes on Tuesday, their agents are supposed to sit near the polling agents. Once the voter comes, they are supposed to mark from both sides to ensure transparency.
Okay, what message final do you have for the voters out there and the students at large as we come to a close of the discussion? And also really have to go through some of the messages here, and that would also really maybe usher us into the next bulletin, that's a blue bulletin that will come through at 9, but we have to give them way to also really prepare. Maybe what exactly do you have maybe for the students and the voters at large?
Well, what I want to tell my voters is that today at 2 p.m. we have open air campaign. I urge my voters to come and attend to this campaign so that it will determine who has the capability to be the next Prime Minister. And I also urge the voters that we should do it in a peaceful way, since this is a holy month where the Christian fraternity is for Lent season and the Muslim fraternity is for Ramadan season. I expect all of them to do it in a peaceful way. I've been guiding them, briefing them about radicalism, where they tear posters and what have you, and they are doing well. They are not doing such kind of things. I want to thank them so much. And concerning the date for voting, it will be on 26 this month. I also encourage the voters to come and vote their choices. because we have so many positions there, like the Minister for Gender, the GRCs, and Chief Fresher. And I also want to encourage ladies, because in those competitive positions I have not received like a nomination from any lady in mubs, so that one has given a clear indication that the ladies are not participating. And for the next time, I also encourage them that they should come, join those positions, because leadership, it builds you up. So I want to encourage them to go into the races next time. Thank you.
Dear viewer, with the use of time, really, we may not be able to continue with the show, but really, if I can be able to also check some of your comments, I do have, that is Aria Giovanna says, thank you so much, West Nile Television, for hosting our students. And really, that is also one thing we want to also appreciate you for watching us. And I also do want to appreciate Mikia, not forgetting that is Chiriga Siraj, Star Lord UG, Letasi Enid. I also want to appreciate, not forgetting Gift. And if I can see your messages, thank you so much, Labongo Misach, all of you who have also really maybe shared your messages there. We want to really appreciate each and all of you, and whose messages maybe I did not go through. We apologize because of time. Or really, maybe next time we shall be able to solely let you know who exactly will be declared winner there, and we'll also look forward maybe bring the next person who will be able to be voted next time, maybe also to host them and maybe to tell us why the students voted them. But I want to wish each and all the candidates good luck, and also want to wish you, the EC chairperson, good luck as well. Thank you so much for coming through, and really with that we come to a close of today's discussion. My name has been FARISH Majid, and really it has been a wonderful time with you, the viewer, maybe right from the time we start, and maybe also when you joined us, because somebody may have joined us in the due course of the program, but we really also do not take it lightly. We say thank you so much, and continue watching West Nile Television. Up next is the news bulletin Liberty with Mukulia Lawrence. Please stay tuned to watching that news bulletin there for those who understand the language. And up next, maybe later on also at midday, for the Aluru speaking community, the Lembangea will be coming through, and then at 7 p.m. the Nilecast in English will also be coming through with Christina Kumuringa. And I wish all of you a happy weekend, and also happy Friday as well. Thank you so much. Catch us up until next week on Monday. That is when we shall be able to sort of return with the Kokoliriko live show. For this week, it comes to a close today. Thank you so much.